Well, hello, loves. Apologies, I didn't do a video yesterday. All right. I am going to try and rejig the routine to do a written week ahead thing. I'm also noticing that I do a monthly video ahead and not many people watch it because I break it down into the 4 weeks. So I'll still be doing something for a month ahead because I think it helps to give you a heads up, but maybe it's just a written key dates and things that you can actually print off, because I do realize video saves me some time on a daily basis, but to do a month ahead, unless you take notes, then you have to remember or go back and watch again, or anyway. We'll sort this out. I feel like everything's changed because of this major conjunction at the weekend, and I'm still like going. And I have to tell you guys, I did 2 readings yesterday, and I thought my readings were good, but this person I did a reading for yesterday sent me a testimonial, and let me tell you what it said. She said, oh, I can't see it. She said, a time of deep grief, trauma, and immense and painful change, both collective and personal, I reached out and scheduled a reading with Louise. I needed help in seeing the landscape of my experiences clearly. I needed support in disentangling my very injured self from the debris to enable space and healing and eventual forward movement. My reading with Louise was the most clear and penetrative reading I have ever received. Astrology is complex. Out of a myriad of astrological multiplicities, Louise discerned and pinpointed precisely what was relevant. It was truly extraordinary. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm just like, whoa. It just feels... So I don't know how you guys are feeling. This is the point, not just about me after this conjunction, but it just feels like something major has shifted. Not saying that things were not good before, or whatever, but something has really gone kapow. Oh, and I'm just going to stop the share while I... sorry about that. Okay. I'll share again and go to where we are now, January the 14th. So I've done my little daily post, and the moon is going to oppose Neptune. I always love that day because the moon opposing Neptune is this spirit of practical mysticism, especially while Neptune's been in Pisces, which it's still in Pisces until what's the date it moves out? March 30th, 2025. So we've got 5 more years of this monthly little gem that I love, because to me it's the spirit of practical mysticism. I have a friend who used to call herself the practical mystic, and I was like, yes, I love that expression. I'm just moving my microphone closer. And because it's bringing this spirit down to earth and being useful and kind of doing things with it, because it's all very well sitting going kumbaya and praying all day, but unless we do anything with it, it's kind of, well, it might raise the vibration, it does, but I'm very much about taking action. And then tomorrow we've got this Venus Black Moon Lilith conjunction that's going to happen a few times, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means it's her highest self. It's the real spirit of higher love. And I just keep playing the song "Give Me Some Higher Love" all the time because I love the song anyway. But every year when Venus moves into Pisces, I have that song humming in my head all the time. So I just want to move on. Oh, that was a day. I want to go to hours, because then the moon, after the opposition to Neptune, which is glorious, later this evening for those of us in US and overnight for many of you. I'll kind of get it exact. The moon will move to 22 degrees where that major conjunction was and start to trine all of these energies. Now it's 8 o'clock in the evening for us, or nearer 9 actually if I go by the minutes. But you'll feel it building, of course. So first it's a nice Earth trine to Pluto. Then we go an Earth trine to Saturn. And then we go an Earth trine to Ceres, and then we go an Earth trine to the Sun, and then to Mercury. And so these planets, sorry, not Jupiter, these Pluto, Saturn, Ceres, Sun, and Mercury were all in that big conjunction, all at 22, apart from Mercury, who was at 23. And incidentally, they're all moving to square Eris as well, but I'll talk about that in a second. I do want to point out, look at the closeness of degrees still. All of these planets are still combust the sun. Combust is said to be 8 degrees within distance from the sun. You know, there's a little, people are a little bit, you know, and my friend Brett Joseph, who is excellent at kind of just bringing people out to look at the skies, said really we have to go by when you can see it. But, you know, on a daily basis, to look at a chart, unless we can, like now, I can't see anything of the planets. So solar system scope helps, the one I did the videos of where we could see where the planets were. But until we can start to see a planet, it's called combust, and it's kind of under the beams while it's within 17 degrees, which, you know, is still kind of blinded a bit by the sun's light. So this is going to be working us for some time, is basically my point. And the sun is our very core. And then, so that's that. I don't want to like labor the point. And then, so the moon is going to trine all of these. It's going to activate by a lovely trine all this energy that we've had over the last few days. This is where we start to integrate it and start to build it. I do want to move the moon. I keep saying the moon to 26, 27 degrees, and look at this. This is Sedna. All right, and Sedna is, according to Alan Clay, who is the person who has done, I did have his website up, oh, here it is. He said he's written a book on Sedna. I have not read it yet, but can't read every book going. But on his website, Dwarf Planet Astrology, he says that Sedna is spiritual destiny through transcendent crisis. So, you know, and also I want to point out that we've got Haumea over here at 27 Libra aspecting that. But for today, or early tomorrow, and well, it is tomorrow really, we have this lovely earthly grand trine, very healing, bringing us down to earth, bringing us into this connection. I posted an article on Facebook today that, and maybe I'll post the article in here, that talked about trees having a heartbeat, which we knew, but kind of science is catching up with us again. And you can see that as this grand trine perfects, so does this connection between Venus and Black Moon Lilith. And in Pisces, I kind of think our wilding self is being kind of drawn out in a beautiful way. You know, Lilith was hurt. Lilith was rejected because she would not submit to man. So she got a bit crazy. And she's been vilified, though, and painted as this really demonic kind of figure. But if you think about it, if you'd been that hurt, you probably would feel a bit upset for a while. I think she's being softened now. I think we're being asked to release any shame we feel for who we are growing up. You know, we all had those people saying, you're too this, you're too that. I had some interesting things come up over the holidays for myself with my birth family, and where I basically quite kindly, I think, said, I'm not going to take this anymore. You know, I've had some issues with my birth family over the years, as we all have. And I kind of stood up for myself, but didn't rage at them. I kind of stood in my power, very Capricorn, and just said, okay, if this, you know, if we're to kind of continue, then this has to stop. And it's gone away for now, you know. So we're learning all these lessons. We're learning to really create our strong boundaries and to really stand tall like a tree, really, and be firm. Capricorn is all about the skeleton and firmness and standing tall and being very rooted as well. And it's connected, of course, with the opposite point, Cancer. So there's water and earth. And the true symbol of Capricorn is the sea goat, who is able to inhabit both those worlds, both the emotional and kind of the earthly, solid, get things done kind of thing. We've kind of lost that tail, the fish tail of the sea goat, and I think we're reclaiming it. So, you know, I think it's quite beautiful energy. I'm not denying that for many people this has been tough. The person who wrote me that testimonial, oh my goodness, it's been quite brutal for her because of where it was in her chart. But some of us have been less affected, but we feel the global kind of shift happening. And as these planets move away, there's me going, I'm going to try and make these videos shorter. Sorry. This is making up for yesterday too. But I do want to point out to you all that as these planets move away, okay, so here we are. So by January the 22nd, Mercury starts to pull away from the Sun, and also Pluto. Both reach about 8 degrees away. They'll start to become visible in the skies. Their kind of upgraded energy will really start to become evident. So don't expect everything to kind of just go like a light bulb. This is emerging. Things have changed, but things are emerging. And then, you know, gradually the Sun moves away from all the other things. Mercury's pulling away from the Sun fast now. All the planets are direct for a while. So you can see by, you know, the end of January, the Sun has moved away from all of them, or Mercury's moved away from the Sun. So they're all not combust anymore. Many of them are still under the beams. Mercury is about to leave that 17-degree mark. And but it's got some time coming, you know, not till February. So we've got all these planets moving direct, apart from Lilith that bobs back and forward like a crazy woman, and the nodes always move backwards. And Sedna is retrograde, but she's, you know, way out there. All of these planets are really moving forward then, or the Sun's moving away from them, and we'll really start to feel the impact of the growth. And at the same time, Saturn is slowly moving away from Pluto. By the time it's 2 degrees past, which is actually on February the 5th, Saturn will really start to help us to build the new that we have learned from all of this. So, you know, don't expect to kind of, we are being asked to get to work on it, but don't expect everything to, in your own life, to really just go like a light bulb and change. So beautiful times. I'm personally very excited about what's coming. I feel like over time we are going to really reap some benefits of this. That doesn't mean there's not going to be some pain along the way. I just wanted to take you to February the 15th because oh no, When does the first planet go retrograde? Mercury. We've got a Mercury retrograde coming up, and I will talk more about that later. But Mercury turns retrograde, squaring the point of the Gemini Venus point that's going to be on June the 3rd. I'm actually thinking I'm going to write details of my Venus retrograde class. Start editing today, because I think it's going to be better than ever. All of you, all of my Cosmic Owlets members, because this is a public one, because it's the first of the week, will get a special price. So if you're considering becoming a member, you should do it before I release, because the special price will only be available for those that kind of sign up nice and early, and then it will be released to the general public for the Venus class, that is. I am going to have 2 levels of Venus class. It's called the Venus Retrograde Journey, and it's a journey down into your soul and your higher self, and it's quite magical. We do a lot of shamanic work and a lot of healing work based on the actual journey itself. The basic level is just going to take you through the journey. If you know your own chart, you can look at it. There's also going to be a premium level where I do a reading for you and show and talk about how it's going to happen in your own chart. So, you know, I had to figure out how to keep it affordable for those that can't afford much, and then how to offer a higher level for those that can afford to pay more. So that's how I'm doing it. So I've talked again forever. I just love talking to you guys though, and you know, apologies for no video yesterday. I was in this alternate reality. I don't feel like I've recovered yet from the holidays, but I think all these planets being under the beams as well, or combust, is kind of leaving us all, especially Mercury, is leaving us all a bit kind of blown open. But we'll all get there. So much love to you all. Have a beautiful day.